Apple released their iPhone 13 series a couple of days back, and in this video, we are going to talk about the reasons why you should go ahead and buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max. The video is divided mainly across some features which are either a core feature or a superficial feature. We're going to talk about the core features first, which really make a big difference in our day-to-day lives, and then we're going to talk about a couple of superficial features which are good to have but don't really probably make such a big difference in our lives. So obviously we will start off with the first core feature which is doing a lot of rounds. That's the performance of the phone. The Apple's A15 Bionic chipset. Apple claims that it has got a 6-core CPU and which makes it 50% faster than the current competition in the market. While it is not a terribly faster processor compared to its predecessor, however, its 4-core GPU really makes it very fast from a graphics perspective. So it is claimed by Apple that it is 30% faster than the other GPUs, and it has got a 16-core neural engine, which really makes graphics performance right up there amongst the top best ones. So that's in terms of performance of the CPU, which is Apple's A15 Bionic chipset. The second thing that we want to talk about in terms of core feature is most of us want better battery. That's like the single most thing that we all look forward to. And Mr. Who's the Boss did a battery test with a lot of phones, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max came up as the winner with almost 10 hours of screen on time. That's a lot. The third one clearly has to be the camera. Apple's gone with a larger sensor this time, which gives really good low light photography, and the new one, which is called the cinematic mode, I'm sure that's going to be a fantastic thing to use as far as the cameras are concerned. The next two are really the superficial ones that I really want to call them. The first one being the smaller notch. Yes, it is around 20% lesser in size compared to the last year's iPhone 12 Pro Max. And the second one is of course the most talked about 120 Hertz refresh rate of the screen. It somewhere also borders along the core feature, considering the fact that it is going to greatly enhance battery life, which is of course a core feature. So you can buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max in India starting 1,29,900 rupees, and it comes in 4 different colors, the Sierra Blue, then we have the silver, gold, and the graphite. But definitely, from a differentiating perspective, most people may opt for the Sierra Blue just to ensure that their phone looks a little different from the others. This year, Apple starts at a base storage of 128 GB, which is absolutely required, and it goes all the way to a 1 terabyte. Considering the fact that the camera has ProRes shooting capabilities, that 1 TB may come in very handy. However, it costs a hefty 1,79,900 rupees if any one of us are interested to go in that direction. So this was the 5 main features that I think really kind of push us to buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And while Apple's upgrades may not be on the face like many other mobile phone manufacturers, but what Apple really does in terms of upgrades, they're very subtle, but they really make an impact. And that is the reason why I feel that a lot of iPhone users constantly like to upgrade their phones, because some of the subtle things that they do are really impactful. And for those reasons, I highly recommend that you can definitely go ahead and buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And I would want to go a step ahead and even say that maybe even if you own an iPhone 12 Pro Max, you could still think about upgrading to the iPhone 13 Pro Max, simply because of the 5 or 6 reasons that I mentioned. And I'm sure you can find a lot more reasons to go ahead and pick this one up on YouTube. There are multiple YouTubers who've spoken about various different reasons why the iPhone 13 Pro Max is a very important upgrade. And last but not the least, I would like to mention about the camera. The camera in the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the single most largest upgrade that Apple has done to any of its camera systems from the time Apple was incepted. So from that perspective, I think the camera itself makes it an absolute steal deal to go ahead and buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I did it. I've been using it for a couple of days, and I can tell you it has been an absolute joy to go ahead and use that screen with 120 hertz refresh rate. The camera system is great, the battery life has been fantastic so far, and the performance has been top notch. So if you were to ask me, I would definitely give a thumbs up to Apple's iPhone 13 Pro Max. So that's about it in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Till I come back in the next one, peace.